Hey guys, welcome back to Winning Bet Picks. My name is Gio and I'm here alongside Luca, and we got another free pick for you. December 18th, 2020. We're traveling to Germany today in the Bundesliga as Union Berlin are hosting Borussia Dortmund. Of course, before we get started, how are you doing today, Luca?
It was a tough one to digest yesterday, but we'll look to bounce back here.
Super disappointed. Obviously, like I said, guys, yesterday's pick, it's not one of those games that I went big on personally, and I hope you guys didn't as well. It was a disappointing one on all fronts because this was a game that I think the Raiders pretty much lost on their own. Given the fact that they were so close to winning that game, 5 yards or so from the end zone in overtime, and they just couldn't get the job done. Super disappointing. This was a game that I watched from start to end, and I think it was just a complete nightmare to watch. The momentum shifting like no tomorrow from one team to another. No team clearly being in command of this game, and unfortunately, we were on the wrong side of that pick. But we're super transparent here on winning bet picks, and this week has been a rough one altogether. Currently sitting at 1-3. Of course, the week is not done yet. We still have today's game, Saturday, and Sunday to look forward to. So hopefully, we'll turn this boat around and finish the week on a positive note. But without further ado, let's get into this free pick for today's game, Luca. Currently, Dortmund, they're traveling to Union Berlin. They're sitting fourth place in the standings, and Union Berlin is sitting in sixth place. Not much of a difference there. But let's speak first about this Dortmund side because a lot of changes have been coming in these past couple of weeks. Of course, their coach got fired, Lucien Favre, and they replaced him with an interim coach. When these sort of changes happen, it's always tough, right? It's always tough on the team. You never know what sort of performances they're going to be capable of building. Of course, after that 5-1 beating against Stuttgart, they did manage to come with a win against Werder Bremen. But of course, this Werder Bremen team wasn't doing any well at all, sitting in 14th place with four straight losses. So, you're expecting Dortmund to come out on top and get a win in there. But at the end of the day, this is a Dortmund side that has to play without Haaland, their top scorer. Personally, I see it as a tough game for Dortmund coming here against this Union Berlin side that has been playing well. Of course, they're not the best team in the world, but let's not forget the draw that they picked up a week or so ago against Bayern Munich in this very field. And they also picked up a good draw. Unfortunately, they were winning 2-0 against Stuttgart, but then Stuttgart came back in the later stages of the game, which should have been a win there as well. What sort of game are we expecting overall? I know the bookies are favoring Dortmund big time, as they should, but are they supposed to be as favorite as the bookies say, or are you seeing something else here?
I'm seeing something else. Union Berlin has been one of the pleasant surprises of the Bundesliga this season. Of course, they will be without their standout player, Max Cruz, who is out with an injury. However, they did prove that they could cope without him as they did against Bayern. They earning a point in that game. So, maybe not as much of a, difference maker as we thought. As of now, their main goal threat is shifting from Max Cruz to Taiwo Awoniyi, who is on loan from Liverpool. This is going to be their main goal threat, and I mean, like, this team has just been a surprise, and I see them going head to head with Dortmund here. Dortmund, who have been, a club in chaos at this point. Lucien Favre sacked, as you said. Um, Haaland injured. They don't really have a like for like replacement for Haaland. Of course, Haaland's such a difficult player to replace. However, even in terms of style, they don't have a target man who can really, who their creative players can play the ball up to. This is Dortmund's issue. They have so many creative players and not as many, hungry goal scorers. We've seen Youssoufa Moukoko, the 16-year-old youngest Bundesliga player, to make an appearance. He doesn't look ready, and I think people are waiting for his breakout game, but I think we might have to wait a while for that one. And then we have Sancho, who's had a very disappointing season. It's looking like Man United dodged a bullet there. Doesn't look like he's is living up to the $100 million price tag that teams had placed on him. The one bright spot though has been Gio Reyna. The American kid has been fantastic this year, and I would look for him to continue. And in terms of statistics, it's really interesting to see how close these teams are. Both teams have exactly the same amount of goals for with 25, and their goals against is just one off from each other. So really, two really close teams, and the standings show that too. And I think we could expect a close game here.
Some excellent points you made there, Luca. I couldn't say it any better myself. This game, not only in terms of standings, goals for, goals against, poses to be a very close one. And that's why I'm personally not buying on the fact that, Dortmund are considered favorites in this game. Of course, yes, the team itself is a better team than Union Berlin on paper. You got players that are in another class than the players that have that Union Berlin have in their team. But overall speaking, I mean, you can't trust a Dortmund side at the moment that seems to have these sort of difficulties going on at the club traveling. They're not even playing at home this game. Of course, they have been good travelers, Dortmund, so far this season with 4 wins in 6 games, only one loss to show for. But let's not forget as well, Union Berlin have only picked up one loss as well at home. So I think it's going to be a very tight game altogether. I don't see really Dortmund having um, that upper hand, as you may call it. They might still win this game at the end of the day, but I don't see them doing it in an extraordinary fashion. In terms of our pick and prediction in this one, so of course, you can look at different markets. An obvious one would be the goals market, where these teams have been scoring lots of goals. They've been quite doing quite well though defensively, and that's why I'm personally not looking at this goals market. You're missing top players for both teams. You're missing Haaland on one side, Cruz on the other. Uh, it's a tough one to call when it comes to goals. Of course, the favorite market would be the over 2.5. But we're personally looking at something else here, and we're actually going with the home side +1. So Union Berlin +1. For all the new betters or the betters that are not quite sure how that works, it's quite simple. If Union Berlin win the game, you obviously win the bet. If they draw the game, you win the bet. If Dortmund win by 1 goal, then that's a push, meaning you get your money back. And the only way you can really lose this bet is if Dortmund win by 2 goals or more. So that's the bet we're going with. Union Berlin +1. You can get that for around 1.70 to 1.75 odds at the moment, which is, I think, a very good value when it comes to this team. Let us know in the comment section if you guys are tailing this team or if you are on the other side going with Dortmund instead, or if you're looking at any other market. And also, guys, leave a like on this video. We really appreciate it if you can do so. Subscribe to the channel. We got free daily sports betting picks for you, not only involving soccer, but also football. And we'll catch you guys for some NFL action tomorrow because, Luca, we actually have some NFL games on Saturday, not something that we see very often. So it's going to be an NFL packed weekend, guys. Subscribe to the channel, stay updated. Don't forget to turn on also the notification bell to not miss a video. And without further ado, good luck with your bets today, and I wish you guys a very good day.